There are places where a single wrong step can be the last step of your life. In some places, to get home, you have to climb a whole bad mountain. In other places, an entire village is stuck in the middle of the ocean. Some survive in bone-chilling cold, some in toxic smoke. Some are completely cut off from the rest of the world. Danger is not a rare occurrence here. This is normal life here. However, people survive and adapt to places where survival is impossible. These are the most dangerous settlements in the world. Let's start. There is no foundation of earth. There is no flat land. An entire magical city floats on the murky waters of Lake Nauki in West Africa. It seems that an entire village is supported on thousands of bamboo and wooden poles, sunk a few yards deep at the bottom of the muddy lake. There are no roads here. Before children can walk, they learn to ride a dinghy. And the toffins and women handle the entire market sitting in brightly colored boats. But this floating life is not at all peaceful. When the salt water of the sea enters the lake, the fish begin to cry. And on the night of a big storm, these poles, which have become weak after being soaked in water for a long time, tremble and tremble. Then the entire city seems to be waiting to be submerged underwater. Shinyujai Cliff Store. A small wooden box hangs in the middle of the sky on a steep red mountain, high above the ground. This is not a magic story. Shinyujai Cliff Store in Hunan Province, China. A group of extremely brave people hang from safety wires where the price of a mistake is certain death. This arrangement is not for profit, but to provide relief to tired mountaineers. That is why a bottle of water costs only 30 cents here. Transactions are literally floating in the air. Darya Book Taklamakan, the name of the desert, whose name makes your chest burst with thirst, is a miraculous life pulsating right in the middle of that terrible fiery furnace. Surrounded by thousand-year-old golden poplar trees, Darya Boy is like a hidden gem in the ocean. Surrounded by extreme ruggedness of nature, sandstorms and incredible fluctuations in day and night temperatures. Yet the people here did not give up. This ancient village has survived for centuries, relying on a secret underground water source that seeps from the end point of the river that has merged into the sand. Baking bread on hot sand and drinking salty milk is a lost life to start the day. Baoshan Stone City. Imagine a city that is not made of bricks and sand. Today, it is made of a huge cloud of stone. This is Baoshan Stone City, an impenetrable village of the ancient Nasi community. Here, the walls of the houses, pillars, beds, stoves and even the bathtubs are all made of this stone. Surrounded by steep moats on three sides, goods still enter this township only on the backs of people and mules. The people here did not go against nature. Instead, they have adopted the hard rock with incredible skill. Frying Pan Tower. The Frying Pan Tower stands guard at the very heart of the Atlantic, where the sea is roughest. North Carolina, America's most dangerous watershed. Hidden like a death trap, there are shallow sandbars and complex ocean currents that have dragged hundreds of entire ships into the darkness forever over the ages. Its steel structure is now rusted and warped by the merciless impact of salt water for more than half a century. The deck is leaking. The railings have separated. With just one wrong step in the dark of night, you will be lost straight into the depths of the turbulent currents of the Atlantic. There are no stairs to get up here from the boat. You have to float in the air on a swing hanging in the strong wind. The 5G signal may have reached the top of the hill in the village of Atulia, but the way to get there is still a death trap. The only way back home in the village of Atlia is 2,500 steel steps hanging from a steep mountainside. And before these stairs were installed, it took the villagers more than 3 hours to climb down the broken wooden ladder. Walking up these steps, which rise directly towards the sky at an angle of 70 to 90 degrees, is not the work of an ordinary person. Looking down, there is endless emptiness. Where slipping means getting lost in the abyss. Abuna Yamata Cave. Do you have the courage to pray with your eyes fixed on death? If so, welcome to Abuna Yamata Cave. The most dangerous church in the world. At the top of a bad sandstone pillar 8,200 feet above sea level, it is like the secret of a cloud kingdom. There are no stairs or ropes to reach here. You only have to climb the steep rocks with bare hands and feet in the Masran Kaj. Inside, a priceless manuscript written on goat skin is still preserved. No one knows how they were raised so high hundreds of years ago. Itkar Tarmat at the very edge of the world map, where civilization seems to have stopped, Greenland's Itkar Tarmat hides its face in the ice sheet. When the surrounding sea freezes for about 9 months of the year, it turns into one of the whitest isolated islands in the world. The supply routes from the outside world are completely closed here. There is only a white ice desert and a mysterious contrast of steep black rock mountains all around. In this settlement of less than 350 people, sled dogs seem to rule more than people. And even greater fear is when hungry mare of people, cursed by climate change, attack this village. So there is an unwritten rule here. No one locks the door of the house, so that anyone can run to save their lives in danger. San Mencia. When seen from above, it looks like a vast crop field. Peaceful and silent. But if you crack the chest of the earth and peek a little, you are surprised. An entire underground city is hidden under the lowest soil, about 20 to 23 feet below the surface. There are more than 100,000 such terraced houses excavated in San Mencia, Henan province. Each one has a fruit tree in the middle. It is a silent signal so that no one falls into the hole in the middle of the night. The tradition of this 4,000-year-old cave dwelling is like a living organism hidden in the soil. The monastery stands like a white pyramid, piercing the emptiness. At an altitude of 13,400 feet in the rugged and icy desert of the Himalayas, the monastery is like a fortress of unwavering faith in a stone. Built in the style of a fortress to protect itself from historical travelers, this monastery is like a floating isolated island in the land of clouds. As soon as you step into its narrow dark sphere, you will get lost. Thousands of years old mural paintings and handwritten manuscripts create a strange silence here, as if time stops. Blagostek is a steep mountain in the heart of Bosnia, 656 feet high, and right at its foot, next to one of the most powerful springs in Europe, which gushes out of the rock. The 16th century Sufi monastery of Blagostek stands solemnly, a stream of water rushing at a speed of 43,000 liters per second. And it is located on a huge mysterious turquoise pool. For hundreds of years, floods and landslides have repeatedly hit this wooden monastery. But it still stands firm under some divine protection. An endless stream of thousands of red wooden cabins rising from a narrow valley at an altitude of 13,100 feet in Laranga. This is the largest and most remote Buddhist monastery in the world of Laranga. Once upon a time, this city above the clouds was bustling with the footsteps of 400 monks and nuns. However, later the authorities reduced the number of houses and banned the entry of outsiders. Against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks and blue skies, this huge red settlement creates a scene from another planet on Earth. Longyearbyen, where polar bears reign more than humans. Only 2,400 people live against 3,000 bears. And as soon as you step outside the city, you have to pick up a rifle. Its name is Longyearbyen. In this city of Selbard, just as the sun does not set for 4 months in a row, there is complete darkness for 4 months in a row. But this mysterious city is facing a new threat today. The ground that has been frozen for thousands of years has started to melt due to global warming. The entire town could collapse at any moment.